Well, it's the next morning. Today's Friday. No idea what date it is, but I'm supposed to be driving, but instead my truck looks like this. And you know why? If you saw the movie Replacement Players, at one point in the film, the coach gathers all these replacement guys and he asks them about fear. Basically, he says, "What are you afraid of on the field?" And someone says spiders, someone says quicksand. Keanu Reeves is afraid of quicksand, where no matter what you do, you get deeper and deeper into trouble, basically. But today we're talking about fear to perform repairs. And I'm trying to install this harness, right? The diesel freak harness. Here's the switch, right? I already bought the wires. I have some glue, I have some stripping thing, everything. I even bought some of these because the guy said these are no good, so I'm going to seal them with adhesive, because this one is high temperature, creates a seal, perfect. But basically, I'm sitting in front of the TA shop, because on the day before I talked to a Freightliner, and they said, no, we're not touching your engine. Yeah, you see, this is the harness, right? And all I want to do is hook up the switch in here somewhere, and that's it. But it's just, for me, it's simple for these guys, but I have to open all this just to drag a wire. But I was thinking I can use this one. I used to have headlights on my bumper, and this was the switch, so I'm pretty sure it's connected somewhere, but I try to locate it from the other side and I don't see it, so screw this. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy some super glue and I'm gonna do it like this, no drilling, right? Just that now I have to connect the wires. But basically, people are afraid to work on your engine, you know. And basically, I had to find two sensors. Yeah, some idiot is idling next to me, and it's like plus 100 Fahrenheit. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure that's the sensor, right? And of course, I broke it. I didn't know how to get it out. But according to the Diesel Freak, that's my fuel temperature sensor. That's part one of this operation. So now I'm just gonna see. I broke the top thing, but it didn't damage the wires. But turns out, how you open this thing, you just take your pliers and you grab it like this, and you depress this one, and at the same time pull it up. And it went out like as if it was oiled, you know. So now I just have to stick that back on and then plug this baby in, and that will be part one. And that's the main culprit is over here, my boost sensor, right? So I have to unplug that. Well, first, of course, I have to cut that piece of shit over there without damaging my truck. See how they do it? Very narrow, does not leave you any space. I don't know how I'm gonna cut that cable. And then somehow I have to thread that cable over there somewhere. I don't know. See, like, I don't see like where all the wire. Where's that wire for the headlights is coming out? I think he just plugged it in probably somewhere in here. He found the ground or whatever. I'm not that technical, right? So, and these guys refuse to do it. Okay, one thing I know is this is my boost sensor that I had installed before. So I know that this goes to the boost gauge on my, so I can do that. But imagine how much work is this? Like opening this, dragging the wire, oh, it goes in here. Okay. Well, we'll figure something out. This is difficult for some people with a degree in teaching English. Well, the simplest part is done. See, that's the black one, is the new one, right? Went right in, perfect. And I put a cable on this. So let's see if I can start it and it's not gonna throw any codes on me. All right. No, so good. Touch wood. Okay. I assume that's okay. So now what we did is we're gonna change we're gonna fool the computer into thinking that I think my fuel is colder than what it is, I figure. And that should give me some extra boost. And when I removed the plastic shield, I found a hole right there. See this plastic cable? There's a little hole because I could see the light. And it's this one right here. This cable has a little opening in there. I can just slide the cable right in there. And it turns out those connectors I bought, they were wrong. See, I bought these ones, but they're too small and they're regular ones. They don't shrink. And thanks to one guy from Washington who told me about these ones. I just went inside the TA shop and they told me how they work, you know. He told me that you cannot leave too much wire. Basically, you have to leave like 10 millimeters, and then you heat them with the lighter or match or whatever, and they just shrink. Beautiful. Well, next stage, I managed to connect the wires, and I don't know why, but I decided to put electric tape on top of it. Bought at a truck stop because I burned when I was shrinking them with fire. I saw metal in the middle, so I covered them like this and put this little cables. I don't know, looks very good. And I prepared this one. See, the guy told me he says don't leave too much metal, so just basically 10 millimeters or a quarter of an inch. And now we're gonna go and disconnect the old one and plug this one, and then the new booster, the old booster sensor harness will go in the other end, and then we'll just drag it through there underneath and hook it up here. And things are finally moving. See that previous short clip I did because I wanted to show it to the guy in the TA shop, but turns out, see this little part, that's not top part of the harness. And actually I managed to undo that, and of course it cracked on the side, but basically once this was off, all I saw was another metal piece. And then I remembered that when the guy was once they had to replace this booster sensor. And I remember that the actual sensor had a piece of wire on top of it, you know, like not like this one, right? Like this one, the sensor is inside over there. There's no wires, but this one comes already with a wire. So that's what I figured, that you have to unplug that piece from the rest of the harness, of the factory harness. And once I did that, everything became simple. You see, so I just unplugged that, and I plugged my own in there. And put this little, of course there's probably too many cables now, but you know, it's not gonna move anywhere. I hooked up to a fuel line over there. Now all I have to do is just connect it inside. See, it's beautiful. It comes out of here, and I'll go get some. Geez, it's so dirty in here. I'll get some glue, and we're done. I just hope that this thing will be worth the pain, because I already killed like 2 hours in it. Alright, it's already 2 o'clock and I'm ready to rock and roll, so let's recuperate. I added 2 straps, one in the back, one in the front, and I tightened all the chains. Right, I did the deed with the harnesses. Right, the harness is attached. I checked my coolant. It was a bit low, so I added from the jug that Cat gave me. Then my oil was a bit low. I added some Lucas oil stabilizer. Drained my primary filter / water separator. And I bought some. Now I'm gonna get some fuel, so I bought some Mean Power. Let me show you guys. This is the stuff that really works too. This one, power cleaner, Mina power cleaner. What I like about this one is that it's good for biodiesel. So basically it prevents from you know, fuel from growing bacteria inside your tank, because you don't want to see any fish in there, right? And this gives you guaranteed, they say, proven in the lab, 5% fuel economy, which is okay. So now all I have to do is I have some crazy glue here. This is a special recipe for lazy people like me, and I hooked up the switch like this. And of course you have to use all the okay, what's a good angle here? What is that? I cannot see. Oh, that's yeah, it's over there. You have to use all the cable ties you have. But now I'm gonna, because this is like instantaneous glue, and this is metal, I'm gonna put it somewhere in here. Oh, and I just tried to start the truck, and it started, but it was running kind of like, you know, like I think it's a very rich mixture, fuel mixture. Okay, see, they give you these tiny little thing inside a bigger one. I thought I was buying this one for $5 or $4.49. Instead, I'm getting this, but they also give you this little pin. Huh. Alright, so all we do here is spread some glue. I cannot say liberally because I only have like 2 grams of glue. And I know it's instantaneous. All I have to do is just hold it there for a second. Oh, and I got it on my finger. That's it. So now my nail is gone. I think, Jesus, just grabbed my 2 fingers. Almost lost them. I mean, both fingers had glue on them. See, beautiful. Now 0, 10, 0. Wow. What's next? I think next I'm gonna try some neurosurgery, because this is perfect. Of course, why do I have this one thing here? I don't know. But I was trying to get this away from the pedal so that it doesn't interfere with the sensor there, and away from this, because that's where hot air is coming. I don't know. I think it should work. Alright, so let's start rolling and we'll see what happens. Now I just need to get fuel, coffee, because this was a stressful day, so I'm drinking coffee today. I started climbing big hills right off the, when I joined the freeway, and the first thing I noticed was my boost numbers went up. I saw 47, 46, 45, which is higher than normally I see, which is a good thing. Okay, you want to know my first impressions about this product? It's awesome. I started climbing that big hill right after the truck stop in North Bend, right? And at first I was afraid to use the boost regulator. So I was basically using just one harness, which is hooked up to the fuel sensor. And even then I saw my boost increase to 47 on, you know, when working under heavy load. And then I increased when the engine was warmed up enough, because I started cold. Then I increased, adjusted the regulator, the boost one, to +2, and I saw more power. But now I'm driving at +5, which is the Diesel Freak mechanic says that's the most popular setting. He recommends +2 minimum, but +5 is, he says, the most common. And I'm telling you, I'm driving now, it's the same RPM, same speed, but the truck is kind of feels like it's 5 years younger. You know, it's a 2004 truck, right? So it's 9 years old. It's going to be 10 years old in April. No, wait a second. It was made in December 2003, 2003. But it's a 2004 model. So yeah, this December, it was, you know, just do the calculation, do the math, right? So 9 years old. And it feels like it's, I don't know, 4 years old, 5 years old. So I have this 56,000 pound load, and it does not feel like that at all. It feels like maybe I have, you know, 45,000 pounds, maybe 40,000 pounds. So the truck is much stronger, pulls much better. You don't have to shift as often. You know, it's a really pleasure to drive. So you know, as soon as I had these experienced these first couple of hills, my first thought was maybe I should become you know, distributor for this guy, because it always helps when you like the product that you sell, right? I'll ask him. Now the next step in my truck modification is adjusting the thing inside the engine that affects the fuel mileage most of all. I'll let you guys figure that one out. It's not exactly legal, but I think when I'm getting 4 miles per gallon with a heavy load, or 5 miles per gallon, that technology steals money from my pocket. And I don't think it helps environment when trucks do 4 miles per gallon when they can do 7 miles per gallon, if you catch my drift. Because the more fuel we spend, the more shit we throw into the atmosphere, right? So I think everybody wins when the fuel mileage improves. So, but that's gonna be my big next step. So, and in case someone's again wondering what I'm selling my truck, the answer is never. I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna rebuild it. All I heard was, you know, bad comments from people that run these newer trucks. The bugs are still there. Even the guy was telling me about the problems he has with the 2013 Kenworth T660. You know, you pay $2,500 a month, and your truck sits in the shop half of the time. That's not good, you know. I just saw 50 psi, 50 boost on my gauge. Jeez.
I'm ending the day
at the truck stop, cleverly called Gear Jammer Travel Plaza. The town is Union Gap, Washington, just south of Yakima. Lots of place, you know, lots of parking spaces. It's an AMBEST, A-M-B-E-S-T, and I'm still very happy with this thing. You know, it's like amazing. I feel like a kid that got a new toy. And just to show you guys, see, that's what I've been driving. I don't know if it shows, but 5, right? 5, setting 5, and I can go all the way to 10. That will give me maximum boost, but I think I will reserve that only for really heavy loads. But for now, maybe I'll try 7 tomorrow, you know. Once again, I'll start with 2 when I'm cold, and then I'm gonna dial up to probably 7, because there are lots of hills here. This area, there was one hill just shortly before this. 5 miles. You crawl up 5 miles, you know, 30-40 kilometers an hour, and there's nothing you can do. No horsepower boost can help you, because of this thing is pulling me back, that locomotive. I think it wanted to go back to the mine where its driver is probably crying now, like, oh my god, where's my machine? Why did you take it? Why did my baby have to go? Well, I'm sorry, Bonnie, but that's the reality of life, you know. We do have to say goodbye sometimes to our favorite things. Thanks for watching. I'm Sergie Dratchev from Union Gap, Washington.